Welcome back to There is a Remedy. We're going to talk about today, what are you saying? Because not only are your words very important, they are very vital. So in Ephesians 4:29, it tells us to allow no corrupt communication to proceed out of our mouths, but only communication that is good and is useful to those that are hearing it, that it may edify them or build them up. And that's what we want to do in our relationships. We want to build with our words. When we speak, we are either building something up or we're tearing something down. There's no in between. So let's talk about a couple of laws here. And when I talk about these laws, these are universal laws. It doesn't matter what country you're in, where you're at over the world. These laws are universal to all people. And so let's talk about discipline. Discipline is training yourself to do something, and you work on it every day until it becomes part of your behavior. And that's what we want to do. We want to discipline ourselves in what we say. And then there's another law here. It's called kindness. And kindness is being considerate in what you say, so that somebody that's hearing your words, they understand that these are kind words. And then we want to talk about the law of grace. Now, grace can be seen in how you operate. It's operating with a courtesy. It's moving and grooving in courtesy. It's moving expeditiously. With grace, you want to minister. You want to be deliberate. That's what I'm trying to say with grace. And so we as women, when we are speaking to our husbands or speaking to our significant others, or for those who are like me, practicing, okay, we want to speak to them with these three laws in mind: discipline, kindness, and grace. Here's a true story. In my first marriage, we would go over my mother-in-law's house, and she would invite us over for Sunday dinners, and we would go. And I happened to notice that her house was being remodeled. And so I asked my dad, I said, well, Dad, who's doing the remodeling in the house? And he said, I am. Well, I knew he didn't know how to do some of the things that he was doing, so I asked him. I said, Dad, how are you doing this? He said, well, when I start, he said, I do what I know to do. He said, and then if I run into something, I go and I ask the builders at Home Depot or Lowe's. He said, we talk about it and I get an understanding, and then I come back and then I do it. And this one time I said, Dad, how did you know where to put the buffet square in the wall? How did you know how to do that? He said, again, I went and talked to the builders. You know, certain places have joists, and you want to cut around that. So he was explaining his method for remodeling the house. And then I said, how did you know that you could do it? His answer was, Ethel told me I could do it. I said, Mom told you you could do this? He said, yes. He said, so I did it. That taught me a great lesson. You can minister to your husband your words, which are vital, and you can get him to move mountains for you. It's all in the way you say it. Words are very, very important. So what paths could we restore based upon good words, speaking good words out of our mouths, right? What paths could we restore to take up residence, to live in, and to remain in? The path of our relationships, the path of our marriage, the path of knowledge and wisdom and understanding, the path of truth and trust if it's been damaged in the relationship, the path of encouragement or inspiration. Just like my dad, we can be encouraging to our mates. We can be inspiring. And I don't know about you, but I want to be very inspiring, because when I speak to my significant other, I want to inspire, not want to. It is my desire to inspire him to greatness. And that's what we desire to do. Why are our words so important? They are important because they vibrate. Just like I'm speaking to you now. I'm trying to inspire you to have thriving marriages. Everybody can't say that my marriage is thriving, but that's what I'm trying to inspire you to see, first of all, in your thought life, and then to speak that out in your words. My marriage is thriving. I don't care what the situation is. You, as a woman, as a life giver, can change that situation. So, our words are very important because they can change and build the brokenness that we struggle with inside of our relationships. So, therein lies another reason for why I wrote the book. Listen, this is what I said. Our words are vibrational, and what you say can shape what you see in the physical, in the natural. Words build up or they tear down. When speaking, you're the first partaker of your own words. So speak positively, not only to yourself, but when you begin to speak positively to yourself, then you can speak to your mate. See, this is a program, or these are videos, first to you as the wife, first to you as the ones who are in line, we're standing to enter into marriage. Your words are first to you. Then you can take your words and give them to your significant other or your mate, and you can begin to restore the relationship by building them up. That's what we want to do. We want to inspire them to greatness. So, we have to change our vocabulary. We have to raise the level of our speaking to them. And so we want to use words that are going to vibrate higher. A little bit ago, I said the word want. To me, want is a lower vibrational word. So I'm trying to change to say this is what I desire, which is a higher vibrational word. So, words like I need, I want, it will happen one day, someday, maybe, those are all lower vibrational words. Words such as I am, I have, I feel, I speak, I see, and I know are more powerful vibrational words. And they raise the level of our own vibration. Once you are confident in speaking and communicating with your mate, then you can say the things that I say in my book. Otherwise, you're going to think what I said in that book, those are silly things. I'm not saying that. But once you raise the vibration of your own words, you have confidence in what you say. And as women, as females, we can do this because we are life givers. We give life by speaking. We give life by birthing. And when you speak, you're actually birthing your thoughts into the physical realm. So I want to challenge us to begin to make our words line up with our good thoughts so that we speak not only to encourage, but that we're speaking to inspire those that we love. Another true story. A few years back, I was in a car accident. It was a fender bender. And the young lady was trying to merge into the lane that I was in, right? From the back. And so she miscalculated. And what she did is she hit me in the on the driver's side in the back. She hit me. So we pulled over and we exchanged all the information, insurance companies, telephone numbers, etc. So we did this, and she was really concerned about me. And she was like, "Are you okay? Did anything happen to you?" And I was like, "No, I'm fine. I'm good. Thank you, for the information. And, once I arrive at work, I'll call the insurance company and, input a claim because clearly my car was damaged and it needs to be repaired." So I arrive at work and I call in the information to my insurance company. And they said, okay, they took the information and they were like, well, you can go on and, take your car to the shop and get the estimate and all that jazz and get back to us. So that's what I was doing, working toward that. So they called me, my insurance company called me a day later and they said, the other lady is saying that it was your fault and that you ran into her. And I'm like, no, that's not true. And that's not what we discussed when we were exchanging information. So they say, well, continue with your process to get your car repaired, and we'll keep working with, the other insurance company. So I hung up the phone, and I was a little hurt. Yeah, I was a little hurt. But then I said, that's a lie. I don't want to be found lying. So I don't want her to be found lying. So at that time, I began to pray for her. And, the prayer that I prayed was, I don't want to walk in lying. I want to walk in truth. So have her walk in truth, because I know, God, you don't want her lying either. So this was my prayer for her, that she would be successful in the efforts to get her car repaired. I would be successful in the efforts to get my car repaired, but that truth would prevail. So a day later, my insurance company called me and said, oh, she changed her story. And so now we understand that, we're going to pay for everything for your car to get repaired. Just, give us the information for who's repairing your car, and we'll, send the checks out to them. I learned something. When something goes wrong in a relationship, even though we may be hurt, we don't have to get on the defensive. What we can do is change our thoughts, and we can begin to say good things about the other person, because the other person is really not your enemy, and your home does not have to become a military zone. So I began to say good things over this lady, right? And so it worked out in my favor. And I believe, and I have faith for, that when we say good things about other people, when we're considerate of not only ourselves walking in truth, in kindness, in discipline, in grace, but we want that for them also. So we can begin to speak good words over them as well. So the instruction that the scripture give us, the instruction that the instructions that the scriptures provide for us are to let the weak say what? I am strong. And let the poor say what? I am rich, right? The author did not take the condition into consideration. The author just gave you what the remedy is for the condition. Again, if you're in a condition of poverty, you can say, I am rich. If you're in a condition of weakness, you can say, I am strong. You just need to follow the remedy, follow the instructions. So if your marriage situation is not thriving, you can say, my marriage is thriving. If your relationship is not going well, if that's the condition, the remedy for it, that condition is to say, my relationship is thriving. It's all in the vibratory words that you say out of your mouth. When you change what you think and what you say, then the things you see, they will change. Let me say that one more time. When you change the way you think and what you say out of your mouth, the things that you see, they will change. It's all possible because of who you are as a woman. You're a life giver. And when you begin to give life to situations that seem to be in a state or a condition, you can change that by the way you think and what you speak. So to the married women, I am saying speak well of yourself and speak well of your mate. Allow your vocabulary to be in the arena of I honor you and I respect you. I understand your vision and I'm with you. When you talk like that to someone, you begin to elevate who they are. And that's what we want to do in our relationships. And to the women who are desiring marriage, like myself, we're married now. We are wives now. Not married now, but we are wives now. Not someday, not one day, not in the future. So practice speaking well of your mate right now. Because you can think of situations that may come up, experiences that you may have. Plan for how you're going to address them in your thought life and what you say out of your mouth. Remember, your words carry vibration, and your words should encourage, build up, inspire other people. You are the first partaker of your words, so speak well over yourself and speak well over your mate and others. Again, when you change, what you see will change. When you change your thoughts, when you change what you speak, what you see in the physical realm, that will change. We are women and we give life. That's what we function as. That's how we function as life givers. So with our thoughts and with our words, we want to give life. Sometimes it takes discipline, and we talked about discipline. Sometimes you have to train yourself to do this, and we can do it. We are up for the challenge. We are women and we are life givers. So, just as you have adapted to the negativity of your relationship, you can adapt to a thriving relationship. It's all in what you choose to do. And we have a choice. We were born with a choice. We have a choice. Let us choose wisely. Let us choose to inspire. Let us choose to encourage. Let us choose to build up. Because you're happier when you do that. You create your own happiness on the inside of you. And when you choose to elevate your thoughts, when you choose to elevate your words, you are happier. So the task this week is to tell your significant other or your husband that you respect and affirm them in your relationship. And then walk away. I'm not asking you to go into a long conversation with them, but just to encourage them. Can you do that daily this week? just go up to them as they're leaving to go to the office or they're leaving to go to work or whatever, and just say, honey, I believe in you. I affirm you. And speak right words over them this week. And meet me in the comments and let me know if things are changing. I know they can change. I have practiced what I'm telling you, and I know things can change. We are women. We can do this. You are up for the challenge because we are life givers. Thank you. My name is Dorothea. I love being a woman, and I love sharing with you.